Hello everybody and welcome to another YouTube video. Today we're going to be talking about the top 5 OP overpowered hyper carries DPS wise in Teamfight Tactics. The first overpowered hyper carry DPSer in Teamfight Tactics is Draven. So Draven is good single target DPS. He is very good. He hits a lot of damage. He will top the DPS charts. The items you want on him are a Guardian Angel, a Bloodthirster, and a Rapid Fire Cannon. His synergies are Imperial and Blade Master. And with that, you would want to pair him with a Swain or a Katarina. Maybe even a Darius, but the Swain and the Katarina more likely than not, and 2 other Blade Masters at least, including a Gangplank, Aatrox, Shen, or Yasuo. Moving on to number 2, we have Aatrox. The items you want to put on Aatrox to make him extremely good hyper carry with huge AoE potential with his ability is a Yuumi to make him a sorcerer, a Death Cap to make his ability hit harder, Hextech Gunblade to make him live longer because he will lifesteal from his ability. Other recommendations, if you don't have sorcerers, would be a Guardian Angel so he revives, Phantom Dancer so he cannot be crit, which recently got buffed, Dragon Claw so he can't take magic damage, or a Warmogs if you can't get the rest of those. The synergies for Aatrox are Demon and Blade Master. This makes him good to pair with either sorcerers, including Ahri, Karthus, Lulu, Morgana, who is a demon sorcerer. Morgana more likely if you are facing more than 1 or 2 assassin comps on the enemy teams. Morgana is very good into assassins. And Blade Masters is what you also want to pair Aatrox with, including the Draven, the GP, the Shen, and the Yasuo. For number 3, we have Gangplank. Now, Gangplank is sort of new to the hyper carry thing, but a newly found gem in a bunch of sand. So here's why Gangplank is good. He has huge AoE potential. It almost hits the whole board with his barrels. But the thing with his barrels is he needs mana. So the items you want on Gangplank, you'll want Yuumi, which gives double mana per attack and gives him sorcerer. Maybe a static Shiv, which gives mana and attack speed. Demon, you can make him into a demon, which gives double mana, so 40 extra mana at the start of the turn. And Seraphs, which also gives 40 mana, and he gets 20 mana each time he uses his ability. The mana is very good on Gangplank. You might only want one of those items, so pair him with a Morello's and a GA along with one of the mana items that I mentioned before. Gangplank pairs really well with Blade Masters, including Draven, Aatrox, Shen, and Yasuo. There's a pattern going on here. Blade Masters are very good at doing damage. And he also pairs with Pirates for the early game to gain your economy, or Gunslingers, but only if that's the only thing you're getting. For number 4, now this one might be controversial, but I've had good success with Ashe topping my DPS charts. It's very good for diversifying your damage in which comps you can choose at the beginning of the game, depending on what you roll and how often you're rolling it. So Ashe items Of course, you're going to want static shivs. It gives attack speed, it gives mana. Ashe's ability is insane. So that is also why you're going to want a Spear of Sojin with the attack damage and mana that it includes. Makes her very strong. These two items pair really well with each other. Big AoE damage, lots of CC, and for the third item you can choose pretty much anything. You could put a defensive item, or you can just add more attack speed for more arrows. Ashe synergizes with Rangers and Glacials. Now, Glacials, everybody's complaining about them because their CC is insane, but Rangers are also very good to build. So you pair Ashe with the other 3 Rangers to get the 65% chance to increase your attack speed by double. And you can also add in a Braum, a Sejuani, and a Nivea for the Glacials. Those are the best Glacials at the moment, and it gives you a 4 Glacial bonus without Frozen Mallets. You could put them on your other Rangers. It's really good. For the 5th and final top 5 DPSers, it's of course Rengar. So Rengar's items are listed right here: a GA, a Bloodthirster, and a Rapid Fire Cannon. He's pretty much unstoppable at that point. Even at a 1-star, he's hitting the top of the DPS. Now, I do realize his attack speed passive on his ability got nerfed, but it is still so good. Now, Rengar synergizes with Wilds and Assassins, so you're going to want to pair him with Kha'Zix, Pike, both Assassins to give you 3 Assassin bonus for a bigger crits, and he also pairs well with something unconventional, Voids. It pairs well with the Kha'Zix that I mentioned, and you'll also get a Cho'Gath and a Rek'Sai for the one last good pair is Brawlers. With the Cho, Rek, Sai, and Warwick, and Blitzcrank. If you aren't getting a good Blitzcrank, I would put in a Volley, because he's good damage, and Blitzcrank is really only a hypercarry disruptor, if you will. So yeah, that is the top 5, but I do have a few honorable mentions. It is going to be Kennen with the Morello, a GA, and any third item, honestly. He's so good. The synergies with Elemental, Ninja, and Yordle makes him completely different than the top 5 that you can, if you aren't getting any of the top 5 for synergies, you can use a Kennen. It's honestly just as good. You'll compare him with the Yordles, a Poppy, a Veigar for the Sorcerer, which is what else you compare him with is the Veigar, and Aurelion Soul, and a Karthus. Your comp will be indestructible. It will one-shot everything. As for another honorable mention, I want to mention Shyvana. People are sleeping on Shyvana. She's so good as long as she has the dragon buff. So you're going to want to pair her with an Aurelion Soul. Of course, she has the Shapeshifter synergy as well, but you don't need any Shapeshifters along with her. It's just not worth it. You could put a Warmogs and a PD and she will never die, because she can't be crit, can't be hit by magic damage, and is regenning health off the charts. So yeah, those are my honorable mentions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's just a quick top 5 overpowered hypercarry DPSers. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.